The only way to stay ahead is expansion, constant expansion. Expand strength, expand skill, expand network, expand discipline, expand execution speed, expand capacity. Expand requires discomfort. Discomfort requires courage. Courage requires urgency. Urgency requires awareness. You think you are ahead? You think you have margin? You think you have time? You don't. Someone is getting closer quietly, not loudly, silently. Every day you maintain your current level, someone else improves their level, and improvement compounds. You don't lose your position suddenly, you lose your position gradually. The distance shrinks in small increments. While you stay comfortable, you assume your current level protects you. It doesn't. It only protects you if you expand it. If you stop expanding, you start shrinking relative to others, because others are not stopping. Winners are not stopping. Winners are studying longer, training sharper, refining details, increasing speed, improving efficiency, and you are repeating yesterday's intensity. Repetition without progression equals stagnation. If you lift the same weight every week, your body adapts and plateaus. If you practice the same skill without refinement, your improvement slows. If you work at the same level without expanding, your market value freezes. While you freeze, others evolve, and evolution doesn't wait for you. You don't notice it at first because your ego tells you, I'm still ahead. But ahead of who? The version of them from the last month, or the version of them today? Competition is not static. Competition is moving constantly. When you skip deep work, someone else sharpens their craft. When you settle for average intensity, someone else pushes harder. When you relax because you are good enough, someone else becomes exceptional. Exceptional replaces good enough. The gap narrows. You only feel it when opportunity disappears, when you are passed over, when you are outperformed, when someone younger, hungrier, more focused moves ahead. Then you feel shock, but it wasn't sudden. It was predictable because you confused maintenance with growth. Maintenance preserves current ability, growth expands ability. If you are not expanding, you are falling behind relative to movers. Relative decline feels invisible. Absolute ability might remain, but relative position drops. And in competition, position matters. Position matters in business. Position matters in fitness. Position matters in skill. Position matters in income. Relative advantage determines outcome. You do not compete against yourself. You compete against moving targets. If they accelerate and you maintain, they close distance. Skill acceleration is the only difference. Acceleration requires deliberate difficulty, not random effort. Deliberate difficulty. Increase complexity, increase intensity, increase refinement, increase precision. If you lift weights, progressive overload is non-negotiable. If you build skill, deliberate practice is mandatory. If you build income, value expansion is essential. Staying still equals shrinking. The person catching up is not emotional. They are strategic. They measure, they track, they improve details. Details compound into superiority. Superiority compounds into dominance. Dominance compounds into leverage. Leverage compounds into power. Power compounds into options. Options compound into freedom. And you thought you had time? Time is neutral. Others use time aggressively. Casual effort produces casual result. Aggressive improvement produces rapid advancement. You cannot afford casual intensity, not in a competitive world. If you train casually, you plateau. If you learn casually, you stagnate. If you work casually, you become replaceable. Replaceable people get overtaken. irreplaceable people accelerate. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly upgraded your skill? When did you last push beyond comfort zone? When did you last increase standards significantly? If your answer is vague, someone else is catching up. The illusion is being ahead is dangerous. It creates complacent. Complacent invites pursuit. Pursuit closes gap. Closed gap eliminates advantage. Advantage lost is difficult to recover. Recover requires double intensity. Double intensity is harder than steady growth. You could grow steadily or you could panic later. Your choice. The person catching up studies your weaknesses. They analyze your patterns. They refine what you ignore. They eliminate what you tolerate. They move faster where you slow down. You must assume someone is targeting your position, even if they don't know you exist. Competition is indirect. You don't see them. You just need to surpass their level. And that is happening somewhere right now. The only way to stay ahead is expansion. Constant expansion. Expand strength. Expand skill. Expand network. Expand discipline. Expand execution speed. Expand capacity. Expand requires discomfort. Discomfort requires courage. Courage requires urgency. Urgency requires awareness. Awareness requires humility. Humility says, I can still be caught. Arrogance says, I am safe. Arrogance gets overtaken. Humility trains harder. Training harder builds margin. Margin protects position. Reinforce constantly. If you bench 100 today, you must aim for 105 next time. If you earn 1 today, you must build 1.2 tomorrow. If you speak at one level, you must refine delivery. No complacency, no pass, no cruise control. Cruise control in competition equals decline. Decline equals vulnerability. Vulnerability equals replacement. Replacement equals regret. You don't want regret. You want dominance. Dominance requires acceleration. Acceleration is not chaotic. Acceleration is strategic. Pick one weakness, eliminate that weakness. Pick one skill, upgrade that skill. Pick one inefficiency, remove that inefficiency. Pick one distraction, destroy that distraction. Incremental acceleration prevents collapse. Massive reaction after being overtaken causes burnout. Prevent burnout with steady escalation. Add pressure deliberately. Add complexity deliberately. Add expectation deliberately. Someone is closing distance. Let that sharpen you. Let that increase focus. Let that intensify execution, not emotionally, strategically. If you want to remain ahead, you must behave as if you are behind. People who are behind move fast. People who are behind are hungry. People who are behind are aggressive. Adopt that mindset while ahead. That is how you create distance. Distance gives safety. Safety gives leverage. Leverage gives choice. Choice gives power. But distance disappears if you relax. Never relax position. You can rest body. You cannot rest growth. Growth must remain active. Skill must remain evolving. Intensity must remain rising. You don't have to sprint forever, but you must never stagnate, because stagnation invites pursuit and pursuit never stops. Someone is catching up. The only question is, will they pass you or will you accelerate first? Choose acceleration now. Move fast.